to go.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Around the Monitor for the week of November the 22nd. I'm your host, King Kaiser, and this is the weekly gaming news talk show where we're talking about the Game Awards this week. Joining us once again is the unlucky tacticianer, the Green 8 Ball.
Dude, you can tell by what I've got, whatever this is I got going on. I've been gone for a while.
He's been wandering the wastelands.
Wandering the wastelands.
We've got the Ace Attorney himself, Dapper Dastard.
I like how my name's upgraded.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I don't know. Fanciest boy in the land is pretty good.
I mean, they're both pretty good.
Yeah.
What about fanciest lawyer in the land?
I think that's the new one. Yeah, we'll take that. And we've got, last but not least, Master Han Mizuki.
What up?
So yeah, it's that time of year again. Jeff Keighley has ordained us with all of his opinions on games. But it's really not his opinion. It's the collective opinions of different gaming outlets on things that are important, people that are important, and games that are important. So let's get into talking about this. The way this is going to work is basically I've got each category listed out here. We're going to start from the end, mostly with the esports nominees, and then go slowly up towards the front, which the final topic will be the actual Game of the Year nominees. And we'll just kind of give our opinions. Do we want to...
And for the record, when are the Game Awards? So people are aware.
Yeah,
December 12th.
Okay.
Which is perfect. It's on a Thursday, so we'll actually be a normal show to watch it.
Nice. We'll do a normal live stream.
Yeah. And do we? Okay, so I think we should do who we think should win, and also our predictions for the actual who's gonna win.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good because
that makes
that's
sense.
exactly what I prepped.
Great. And if somebody wants to keep track, I assume we'll all do the honor system, and we'll make votes on who wins. All right, so let's start it off with the best esports coach. I don't know. I got nothing on this one.
I recognize it. I mean,
I think I put Grabs because I think he's the G2 guy. Yep.
Yeah.
I would put the G2 guy. Honestly, that's what I was gonna say. I think he's gonna win, and I think he should win.
He'll probably win. I do want to remark it's funny, for every single esports category, no single member of the team that won the world championship is actually up for nomination. For
That's
academies.
really funny.
Fun Plus Phoenix won the LoL championships and does not have player, team, or coach, which I think is really funny.
That's so wild.
And kind of odd.
Yeah.
But I mean, G2 was the other finalist and had a pretty phenomenal season up to that point. So I think Grabs will probably get it for name recognition alone.
It's kind of weird too how they're gonna do this because I don't know how they know what the proceeding. Like even when they do Coach of the Awards for any of like esport, they're just kind of like, well, but we assume they did good. Like whatever. Like, what's the rating? Like because SK Telecom Coma's been good the entire direct. Like he balances new people in there.
Jeff Keighley actually sends spies to watch these teams scrims and rate the coaches.
No, as
he has inside men on every esports team.
He used the belt so he obviously is not that good of a coach. Like sorry, during the scrim we saw it.
From what I understand, the way the ratings work is basically a bunch of different outlets or groups or teams, influencers, whatever, get identified, and then they get chosen to be like, okay, you get this many votes to put towards whatever thing, and that's kind of how it works. But
Yeah, I believe they have a specific set of outlets for esports as opposed to
that's good.
The normal one. I think I was reading that. It's like they have I think 17 websites that contribute
nice.
for the esports part compared to the giant ass list for everything else.
All right,
Makes sense.
well, let's keep on keeping on here. We've got best esports host. I don't know. The only one I know is Shocks. So
Yeah, I put Shocks because Shocks.
Is Candace the one? Fridge might know this. Candace is in League. Is she the one who translates everything for the Chinese League?
Is that?
I think she's the Chinese hostess for the LPL.
doing some reporting in the field here.
Yes, it is actually. She's an LPL host. there we go. The LPL team didn't get somewhere, but their host did.
Interesting.
All right, you know what? That's fair. That's fair.
I honestly don't know. I feel like Shox isn't gonna win though, but you never know.
I think she's won too many awards, so I think they just stopped giving her some because she already has too many.
Also, Haya is in the chat. Haya, if you want to give your opinions, please feel free. Are we ready to move on from this topic?
Are these ones just like throwaways? Like
we don't have to pay too much attention to these.
Yeah,
none of us are esports experts.
Yeah. So.
Even if I was, the criteria, like this guy hosted harder. He got more applause when they were like cheering. Okay, great work. Yeah, woo.
It's an interesting debate. Anyways, esports events. Are we saying?
This one I will legitimately go League because they pulled the Giants music video, and much like the KDA video from last year, it hit like 1 million YouTube views.
It's not IEM. I'll tell you that. Why is that on the list? No way.
I mean, this is
Intel.
This is the second straight year that the League of Legends World Championship has actually been off the charts in terms of production value at the finals. So I actually do think they deserve this one again.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I agree. I think they did a lot of good stuff to hype it. You could maybe make an argument for Evo, but I feel like the other ones I didn't hear anything about.
I feel like Evo has been while it's really good, it's always like a steady just good.
Yeah.
Where there's no like rise and peaks or like this one's better. You can't.
But Evo does the cool thing of they support like a crap load of games. They're not. It's not League or the International where there's one focus. They're spreading their focus and their presentation across tons of games. So I give them credit for that.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Best esports team. I don't know. Does anybody care about this?
It's probably gonna be G2.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Best esports player.
I don't know how good the Shock is, but they stunned me.
Hey, got him. Best esports player. I don't know. I got nothing on this one.
I got nothing on that one.
So hey, because Perk's role swap, that's a big like he literally changed roles and he performed really well. So again,
I heard didn't Faker have like a rough year this year?
Faker had a resurgence.
He had a bit of a resurgence, but he actually looked bad at he didn't look bad, but he looked less than Faker at the World Championship. So I'd be shocked if they gave it to. I'd be San Francisco shocked if they gave it to him.
Booga!
God. Best esports game. I mean, I guess League.
Not Overwatch. Not Overwatch.
Overwatch, baby! Overwatch 2!
Not anything that Blizzard does.
Man.
Move on.
Why not Hearthstone?
You know, actually, shoot. I wanted to see if on the best esports player, if somebody would have gotten Blitz Chung nominated, because that would have been fucking rad.
I actually wanted that too. That honestly, so ballsy.
I'm honestly really surprised he's not on there.
I kind of was like, oh, that would have been dope as shit.
Well, he would have won instantly.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been great. It would have been such an amazing FU to Blizzard to just really straight up pull that, and I would have respected it a lot.
Nominated for the most outstanding performance and conduct. There you go. Bam.
Yeah, that would have been dope. That would have been really dope.
Good. They specifically say that.
Man. Anyways, best content creator of the year. Also should be called best streamer of the year because I'm pretty sure they're all fucking streamers.
I saw someone go on a rant that content creator and streamer is not like the same thing.
I think one of them's a YouTuber.
Can we talk about how Ewok has to win? They took down the Empire, so like they can't be stopped in esports. Like this is so. But no, did Apex Legends came out this year, right?
Yeah.
So
I think it should be Shroud.
I probably think it will be Shroud. Actually,
I think it'll be Shroud.
He's of any of these, he's the only one I've actually watched this year.
Okay, well,
and
I think it should be Shroud.
I watched a little Dr. Lupo, but I think the Apex bounce might give Shroud.
I don't like Grefke just because of his name. Like you can't win content creator of the year if your name's Grefke, really?
Sorry, David Martinez.
Grefke.
Anyways.
It's like he
okay, so this is we get into the actual categories here.
Oh, thank God! All right,
fresh indie game presented by Subway. I love that they did get the advertised. This is the only category, as far as I'm aware.
That's sponsored by.
No, there's other ones that are advertised. This is the only one where it's advertised in the name.
Oh, okay.
Damn, this is a tough one.
I mean, I've already cast my thing. It's Outer
Let's
Wilds.
also bring up that there is a independent game of the year. In addition to the Subway Fresh.
So this is correct me if I'm wrong, a game by a new studio.
Yes. Is it new studio? Okay.
Yeah. So
However,
it's nominating the studio with the game is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I personally think that Outer Wilds will win Indie Game of the Year, and ZAUM, makers of Disco Elysium, will win Fresh Indie Game.
It would be cool if they got split, because I think they both could get shout-outs.
I think they will, specifically because of the way the Subway one is worded. It's not saying the best indie game, it's just saying recognizing independent developers.
I do want to give a quick shout out to Slay the Spire and
game. It's a fun game.
I loved it.
I thought it came out last year even.
It did. It came on Switch.
Okay. Yeah, it was beta for a good several months.
Like, well, fresh indie game. It was not out for a long ass time.
Hey, it's just as fresh as anything you'll find at Subway.
Around the monitor, not sponsored by Subway.
Lost that one.
We're not eating fresh after that one.
Yeah. All of these games are good though. Like
actually, all six of these games are. All six of these games are actually pretty good.
I feel like I heard pretty okay things about my friend Pedro.
Well, here's the thing. The Goose Game, if it wins, I'm not denying it's a good game, but that's totally just a meme win.
I would be so mad. I would be mad.
It's not that good of a game. It shouldn't win.
No.
I agree.
But how much does it cost?
$15.
It's the cost per fun output.
15. Cost per fun output, yeah.
I don't think that should be included. I mean, Outer Wilds I think was $20 or $25.
Yep, 25.
Disco Elysium was $40.
It's true.
Gree I think you can get for like.
I think it's 20.
Gree was 15. I got it. It was 10 or 15.
Yeah. I keep saying Gree. It should be Greece because they're a Spanish studio. So you would pronounce it Greece.
All right.
Anyways.
So are we officially picking for this one?
I want to go all in on Mobius Digital just because I fucking love them. So
I would say Digital.
I'm kind of agreeing the split that is it ZEUM or ZEU? I don't know if I'm supposed to say it, but I think Disco Elysium will grab this one, and then Outer Wilds will grab Best Indie Game.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think so. Personally, I would give Outer Wilds both, most likely. Haven't played either of the games, but the Outer Wilds is more my flavor than Disco Elysium.
God, Disco is so heavy. It's so fucking heavy.
Yeah.
Of a game.
I want to get back to it. It's
just so hard.
All right. Moving on. Best multiplayer game. Oh boy. Apex, Borderlands, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, and Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
You're right there.
Yeah, I'm laughing at Apex Legends.
What's so weird is that 5 of these are like competitive and one's like a co-op game, so it honestly feels a little out of place there. Like, I think Borderlands 3 is the best game on that list, but like I don't really like.
It's a co-op game, yeah.
Yeah, it's a co-op shooter, and I don't really.
Hey, you can duel each other, right?
Yeah, you can.
Co-op. It specifically says including co-op and MMO experience.
Right, I'm just saying it's the odd one out of these other 4 games, so it feels weird.
Hello, Tetris 99.
Dude,
I think that's the odd one out.
When I'm styling on people,
It's still competitive primarily.
If you look at this list and you're like, one of these things is not like the other, it's Tom Clancy's Division 2.
God, this is so hard.
Best multiplayer. Honestly, I think Apex should get it, and I know you have conflicting opinions.
I'm gonna look like a total d-bag if I pick Call of fucking Duty.
I mean, Call of Duty very much could win this.
I know, but the reason I think Apex, I don't know. It's early on, so I don't know if it'll win. Even if
this has to be the year of.
I know. It's just like I'm just saying like. It's honestly a bias. I think it'll hurt it.
Like recency bias.
Gotcha,
yeah, because it hit hard when it first hit, and then kind of like staggered for a long time before they introduced seasons. So I don't know if that's gonna hurt it or not. Even though it hit fast and hard it did. It was terrific.
I would say the same thing with the Division 2. When that game came out, it was really popular for the month, and then it kind of died off. And they've supported it, but I haven't heard anybody talk about going back to it. But I'm sure there are people. Now.
No, I personally think Apex will win this and should win this.
I'd probably give this to Apex as well.
Yeah. Hey, look at it this way. At least Respawn will win something this year. Not for Star Wars, though. Rip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be odd man out and say Modern Warfare, actually.
Fair. All right, moving on. Best sports or racing game?
Oh, let's go Crash Nitro Kart!
Yeah, I don't know. I think Crash actually has a really good chance of winning.
I think Crash
I'm gonna vote Crash. Yeah.
And I've played it and it fucking rocks. It's really good.
I haven't even heard of 3 of these games. And EA Sports games don't ever deserve recognition for anything. So the odd man out that I think should win is Crash Team.
And
in the game.
And one of these games is actually produced by Konami. So.
Oh.
What you're saying is there's a chance, Crash. There's a chance.
Yeah, I honestly, I think it's a really fantastic remaster. So,
and it's got a bunch of new content. It's not even just wholly a remaster.
I will say they can get some shit because they added loot boxes into the game about like 3 months after it came out.
FIFA's in this.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
you got me. Touche.
What even is F1 2019?
I like dirt, dude.
I would imagine it's F1 racing.
Yeah.
It has
Formula One. Thank you.
Look how edgy you have to be to not capitalize one of your fucking letters in your thing.
Also, I do want to point out both of the racing games on here, like the serious sports,
Codemasters?
are made by the same company. Yeah. Wow.
I'm good. I'm picking Crash.
Yeah.
Sticking with it.
Hell yeah, kart racers.
If not that I pick it just so I want it to I want it to do well, man.
I think Beanox deserves it. All right. Going on, best strategy game. 6 on this list: Age of Wonders, Planetfall, Anno 1800, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Total War, 3 Kingdoms, Tropico 6, and Wargroove. It's Fire Emblem, right?
Yeah.
I'll get more about Fire Emblem later, but for now, let's just say it's the only game that deserves to win this category.
I haven't played it yet, but I'm sure it's pretty good. You gotta. I haven't played it yet, so I'm sure it's not bad.
Just
well, sure, I'll believe you guys. I gotta trust Dapper on this one.
For full transparency, you've beaten the game 3 times now.
Yeah. I have like 200 hours in it.
Samesies 3 times.
Really?
Not 200 hours.
I'm on my 4th playthrough.
Am I the only person who's only beaten the game once? Jesus.
Out of this group, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah, but no, nothing against these other 5 games, but they're not even in the same league for this category.
That's fair. All right, going on. Best family game. Now, this one we can get into some discussion on. Luigi's Mansion 3, Ring Fit Adventure.
Okay.
Super Mario Maker 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Yoshi's Crafted World.
This fucking cat.
Kaiser's gotta talk to me about Ring. Convince me.
I love how it's just 5 Nintendo games.
Yeah.
No one else even tries.
They should just call it Best Nintendo Game.
Yeah, Best Nintendo Game.
Except Fire Emblem 3 Houses is in here.
That's a family game.
Yeah, right. Ring Fit shouldn't win. It's a thing where like Smash Bros.
Let me put forth a little like synopsis on Smash Brothers. Okay, nothing says family like honest to God, brother, come here. I'm gonna smash you so fucking hard you're gonna go cry to mom and never want to play again. We're gonna get the system taken away. Like honestly, I don't know if that one wins. I honestly think probably fucking Mario Maker will win.
Really? I think Luigi's Mansion's gonna win.
I think Luigi's Mansion.
I'm actually gonna call Luigi's Mansion
because it has the most recency.
Is it the recency or?
I think it's recency and it being more like when I think of family game, I think of Luigi's Mansion. Like
yeah. It fits the category better than the other games.
Yeah.
Outside of Yoshi's Crafted. But if I had to compare those two, Luigi's the better game.
And I could see somebody saying Super Mario Maker 2 is the best game out of this list, but I don't think it's the best family game out of this list.
Smash Brothers is on this list.
Super Smash Bros.
I think personally, Smash should win, but I think Luigi's
not going to.
I don't think Smash wins the category because of what the category is.
Worded, yeah. This is a very specific
I think
category.
Smash is the best game in here, but not for what it said. Like, Smash is a good game if you want to fucking yell at your friends and tell them to fuck off. Whereas Super Mario Maker 2...
What do you guys do with your family?
Not that. Super Mario Maker 2 is yelling fuck off to your console and the people who make maps.
Yeah.
No,
and then Luigi's Mansion is actually like playing a fun family game.
We don't give thanks until we fucking smash each other and smash. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
We will give thanks, but first we smash.
Super Mario Maker, does it on any other
not
categories?
To say to your family for 100.
To be fair. Because if Luigi's Mansion's on another category and Mario Maker isn't,
it's not. This is its only chance. So yeah, I agree
for
with
both.
you.
It's the only chance for both of them.
Yeah, I think it will win. What? No, Smash Bros is in.
Sorry, it's Mario Maker.
Okay. I said Mario Maker. Sorry.
Luigi,
I figured Smash.
This is the only one.
Smash Bros is in 2 other categories, I think, maybe 3.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. This one's obsolete.
Yeah, I think with that in mind, I would give it to Luigi's. Good for you, Luigi. Moving on.
Good for you, Luigi.
Best fighting game. Hey, Smash Brothers, right?
It's either Smash Brothers or Mortal Kombat, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was another Dead or Alive game. I don't know anyone. I don't think anyone plays them.
Hey, Spike Chunsoft, man.
Yeah, they made.
No, that's wrong.
They made another anime game.
Jump Force.
Yeah, I actually did hear Jump Force was decently good, but it's not as good.
I just think of Jet Force Gemini when I fucking say not Jump.
And I know the fighting game community does like Samurai Shodown. This is where we need Fisher King here to tell us what the best fighting game is.
I have not heard of Samurai Showdown.
I know MK11 was more so fighting game community does like Samurai Showdown, but I don't think that has the widespread appeal that both Mortal Kombat and Super Smash have across all of the people that are going to be evaluating this. So it's up to honestly, I think this is entirely up to the outlets and do the people nominating or voting think that Smash is a fighting game or not?
I'm putting Mortal Kombat just because Smash, even if it is a fighting game, I think, I don't know, just like the updates and processes haven't been as clean as other fighting games. And like they were already running tournaments like really fast out of the gate for Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, I think Smash. I think Smash is going to win here because it's not going to win for Game of the Year.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, actually. I'm kind of on the same page.
I think this will get people's vote because they're like, well, we're not going to pick it for our Game of the Year.
Even though they should.
There's so much politics in this.
Yeah.
There really is.
Don't tell the CEO of Activision Blizzard.
Hey.
He doesn't like politics.
It's a topic for this week. Yeah. Has everybody spoken on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's go on. Best RPG. Kingdom Hearts 3. Say it ain't so.
Get that fucking shit out of here. Jeez.
I haven't played it yet, by the way.
Disco Elysium, Final Fantasy 14, Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, and The Outer Worlds.
Didn't Monster Hunter World, the primary game, win this last year?
No, it came out 2 years ago, I think.
I think it did win.
No, I think Monster Hunter World won this last year.
Was it? Okay.
I recall us talking about it.
Yeah, you're right. We did talk about it for this show.
Because it was up for Game of the Year as well, but I think it won this category. So I don't think they're going to give it to Iceborne because that would be weirdly duplicative.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to do it.
I think it's going to be Outer Worlds.
I think it should be Outer Worlds. That's my prediction and what it should be as well.
Yep.
Same here. I haven't played it yet, but I think that's what people will pick.
Outer Wilds. That's what I'm picking.
You know what's funny? Is that Final Fantasy 14 is up for Best RPG, but Final Fantasy 15 came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I guess 14 did just have a huge expansion.
Yeah. I feel like they should qualify it with the expansion because they do that with Iceborne, but they don't.
Give me the expansion name because that's
it should say Shadowbringers, but
that's
what I do here was really well received.
Yeah.
So it actually has a chance to win this, but I still think Outer Worlds will.
Yeah. They got
again, I don't think
positive.
And I don't think they're gonna give Outer Worlds Game of the Year either. So I think it's gonna be some of the same politics and stuff.
So Reese's already crossed out too of what he thinks is gonna win Game of the Year.
Well, we know what he thinks is gonna be Game of the Year. He said it.
No, I said what I want Game of the Year to be, not what I think Game of the Year will be.
Wild card, dude.
That's fair. All right. Moving on. Best action adventure game. So
actually, this one's spicy because 4 of the games on here are also up for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So this one's actually really interesting. It's not going to be Borderlands 3, and it's not going to be Link's Awakening.
Yes, I agree.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm just gonna say it without fucking any discussion on it. I'm picking Sekiro.
I think it should be Resident Evil 2.
I think the only thing that hurts Resident Evil 2 is that it's a remake.
It's a remake. That'll hurt.
And even if that shouldn't bias people against it, I think it might.
I think it biases the general public. I don't think it biases the voting group.
I want to agree with you, but sometimes you realize the voting is really just general public.
It's totally true. It's totally true.
Well,
they're not always any smarter than we are.
The larger percentage is from the outlets than general public.
Is it?
I'm like 99% sure. Yes.
I think Control should win this category.
I would love to see them win.
I'm not certain it will.
I think Sekiro is going to win this one.
I think so. That's what I thought.
And I think it should out of these games.
Just had its presentation.
Sekiro is a weird thing where I loved that game when it came out, and now, like that I'm at the end of the year, I'm like mad that it's on the Game of the Year list. I'm like, is
it the same? Is it the same thing that happened with Red Dead though, where it's like, like you
Red
really
Dead
like
came out right at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I think.
That was like God of War, but God of War did win.
I'm going to cross another one off my list. I don't think Sekiro is going to win Game of the Year.
No.
And there's another game in here that I think is going to win Game of the Year.
I know which one it is.
It's definitely Control, right? It's on Game of the Year.
It's definitely Control.
I mean, I would love to see Remedy get something, like get like some kind of good recognition, because I think they're a really good company. And I think Control has excellent elements to it. But I think in any other year, this game would not be as high praised.
Agree. 100% agree.
And I think Resident Evil 2 Remake was a really fantastic game that pretty much everybody who's played it is like, this is unbelievable. Like for a long time, Resident Evil 2 was like most people's game of the year, and then like it slowly started to change and fade.
I don't think it did, but
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, it still is a very serious contender, but I don't know. I think this would go to.
I think we're thinking different things.
I guess it just depends on like which one. Where are you giving some nods to? Are you giving Resident Evil this, and then you're saying like it doesn't even have a fucking chance in Game of the Year, or like, and whichever one you give this.
I don't want to spoil Game of the Year. Just
well, we're not gonna talk. I guess just in terms of Resident Evil.
I don't want to spoil
if I give this. If I give Resident Evil this, I'm not giving it Game of the Year. Just from what I would, if I was a voter or whatnot.
I'm not. That's why I'm giving it here. This is what I'm thinking.
Should we just do Game of the Year?
No. I mean, you can say.
To all things.
But like we're sitting here like alluding, like, oh, I'm not
lies.
picking this because this is a Game of the Year.
You can say where your allegiance lies, but.
Oh, you guys still don't even know what I got for Game of the Year yet. Okay. It's over.
Knack 2, baby.
So okay, where's everybody standing? What are they picking for their prediction?
I think my prediction and personal feelings are Sekiro.
That's what I'm picking too. Okay. I think my feelings are that like one of the remakes could win it and should because they're still good games. But I think the bias or just like I don't know, just the hype around that game. I'm
going to wild card and say Control wins this.
Wow. I'm gonna stick with Resident Evil 2. I think we'll win this. All right, going on. Best action game: Apex Legends, Astral Chain, Call of Duty: Modern Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus. Wow, Exodus made it on here.
I just say one thing about this category?
I think I know what you're gonna say.
None of these fucking games are great. All right.
Wow.
None of them. Not a single game on here is great.
Was Astral Chain that bad?
Good.
I actually disagree with Mizuki. I heard very good things about Astral Chain.
Yeah. No, I've seen
primarily 8.5 rankings or higher. I would call it a great game.
Okay, we're not going by ratings though. Okay, like let's be real here.
My Excel spreadsheet says differently.
I think Astral Chain, not enough people played it.
That's my problem. I think it should win this category because I do think most of the other games in this list are pretty weak, but it's just not. It doesn't have the wide appeal, and it won't win it.
I agree with that.
I think it would be Astral or Devil May Cry, but I think Devil May Cry, Astral Chain being a new IP, I think makes it more interesting, and it being like a cool new success from Platinum Games on the Nintendo Switch, I think makes it a more interesting pick. It definitely does have the problem that less people played it.
Well, what's the previous game that Apex and Modern Warfare were on multiplayer?
Yeah,
correct.
And yeah.
Can I switch my prediction and say that I didn't know it was going to be straight action? So I would say that Apex will win multiplayer and then Call of Duty will win this one.
Fair.
Even if I don't think it's that good, I just think it'll win it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, and the part that people have been praising on Call of Duty has been the single player, not the multiplayer.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is really funny.
My buddy just said he played the single player over and he really liked it. I'm like, okay, well.
I think I'm on the same page as Dapper. I think Astral Chain should win because I think it is the best out of these.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that DMC5 will win. Personally.
That's the only Capcom game that'll win anything. We never know.
Well, Capcom had a good year last year. They can take it this year. All right, moving on. Best VR or AR game. It's Beat Saber, right?
Hell yeah, it is.
Wasn't Beat Saber on last year though?
No. It wasn't officially out. It was early access.
Are we sure?
It was early access.
I know that for sure.
Actually, it might have been in Game Awards last year. You might not be wrong.
I actually think it was in Game Awards last year.
So I'm so confused why it's back again.
That's a really good point. I mean, they keep doing like DLC packs.
But... they released it, and it came out on PlayStation this year.
Okay, yeah, no, Beat Saber was on last year. Just checked.
Funny.
Honestly, don't give a shit. I'll vote for it again.
Yeah, it's a really good game.
It didn't win actually. It was on there.
What
blew my fucking mind?
What beat it?
I do remember that. Yeah.
Apparently, Astrobot Rescue Mission did.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. It's wrong, but it makes sense.
It's wrong, but it makes sense.
Trevor Saves the Universe, I did play. It was actually really funny and great. But Beat Saber is just a better game.
And I think Sorry, go ahead.
Also to confirm, Monster Hunter World was also up for Game of the Year last year, so I was right on that.
Yeah, so I remember that.
So just to confirm,
I think Beat Saber will win this partly due to wide appeal and being on PlayStation VR this year. I think that's why Astrobot won last year, is because it was on PSVR.
I agree with that.
If it doesn't win, Asgard's Wrath will win.
Really? I feel like I've heard more about Blood and Truth.
That is on PSVR. Yeah, it'll probably Blood and Truth then. You're probably right. Which is a bummer, but there's more people out there reviewing with PSVRs than big PCs.
Cheaper hardware.
Yeah.
That's why nobody's gonna play fucking Half-Life Alyx, but we'll talk about that later.
I'm playing it.
On next episode.
Yeah. Is everybody got their opinion in?
I don't have any input on this.
I don't have any input. I'm just gonna say Beat Saber.
Yeah. Best community support. This one cannot be Apex Legends.
Why not?
Well, they had that big snafu.
Yeah, there was a huge scandal.
Where they
had a couple.
Where it was the Iron Crown event, and like fans were yelling at them on the Reddit, and then like the fucking community manager got in on the Reddit and was like, "You are children. You don't deserve to play our game."
Yeah, I don't think Apex wins this. I don't think Fortnite wins this because they had that whole mech thing scandal earlier this year where people fucking hated the game for like a whole season, and were like yelling about it.
I
would love for FF14 to win this one. Actually,
I think they deserve this one.
I think they deserve this one too. I still think people might ignore those scandals and give it to Apex anyway. Honestly,
no. If they're ignoring the scandal, they're gonna give it to Fortnite over that.
I think it's gonna go either to Final Fantasy 14 or Rainbow Six.
I think it's Rainbow Six because I've never heard somebody who plays that game say anything bad about it. They fucking love that game.
Yeah, but this isn't about the game.
True,
it's about
but like
being
the
transparent,
support
responsive, and stuff. Yeah.
I feel like Ubisoft Montreal does a really good job.
Yeah, as does Square with theirs, which is shocking.
Yeah, they're probably in 14 just because I've heard a lot of things from Final Fantasy and the community about how impressive and
I've heard a lot more about 14 than Rainbow Six this year, which was not the case last year, but way more about Final Fantasy 14. So I think they'll take it. If they don't, though, R6 Siege will take it.
I'm gonna give my prediction to Rainbow Six.
I'm going Rainbow Six.
And the two you're saying FF 15 14?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Best mobile game: Call of Duty Mobile, Grindstone, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Sky, Children of Light, and What the Golf. I've not played any of these games, but I've heard really great praise for Grindstone, so that's where I'm gonna say.
I've heard really good praise for Sayonara Wild Hearts.
That too.
That's mine.
I've heard a lot of.
Haven't played any of them on here either, but yeah, I've heard good praise for Sayonara or Grindstone, so it's probably one of those two.
I'm hinting this one. What the Golf? Let's go, baby. High roller. What the Golf?
I've seen the golf one. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I've heard it's really great.
Look, his Grindstone.
Putting it all in red right here.
It's only available on Apple Arcade though, so that actually might hurt it.
I guess if I have to pick one, I'll say Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Gun to your head, pick one.
Guys, what the golf? Come on, join me. Join me.
Sorry, Tribeland. We're not giving it to you.
Moving on. Best indie game, I have to say, Outer Wilds.
This one I'm giving to Outer Wilds.
I think Outer Wilds will win. I personally picked Katana Zero because I have not played Outer Wilds yet.
Katana Zero.
That's the only reason.
I was going to say this game has to be between Disco and Outer Wilds.
Okay.
Katana Zero is really good. But
I'm picking something to spite Kaiser.
Okay.
I don't know what. Just don't pick anything on the list. Outer Wilds. Actually, Goose Game, you're winning. Just so we can spike. If it wins, I can slam it down.
I will be so mad if Goose Game wins.
That's the point.
I will be fucking furious if Goose Game wins indie game.
This one's in spite of Kaiser. He doesn't know his indie games that well.
It shouldn't even be on this fucking list. It's not that good of a game. I said it.
It's there for memes. It's not. I played it for Extra Life. It was entertaining for like 2 hours, and then I was like, okay, good. I'm glad this is done.
I don't think any human being played it for more than 2 hours.
Mitsuki, you did good for the community, so it's a win-win. You lost some time though for playing that game.
The gargantuan.
I'm gonna win big when it wins over Outer Wilds.
God, I hope. Anyways, moving on. Best ongoing game: Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Tom. Didn't we just read this topic?
Mostly,
really close to community support, except for.
I'm picking Final Fantasy for this one.
I think Final Fantasy.
Wait, they're the exact same ones.
Yeah, they are.
No, it's not. But it's the exact same ones, but ongoing game.
That's what I mean.
The game could be.
Right, no, I know the category. I know the categories are different.
There's more flamers for fucking Square Enix. I know the Kingdom Hearts fan base raged. We're in. Good game.
Yeah.
The community.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing we're ignoring. I think Fortnite's gonna get a lot of credit for doing the whole black hole event.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to win.
I agree. But
we are ignoring that.
I'll give them a lot of respect.
I mean, they also had the mech thing, which kind of tied into both community and the game.
Yeah, but I haven't heard anybody mention the mech thing
since they rebooted it.
Yeah, I thought that was like here and gone in one day, honestly.
Yeah.
It probably is going to be Fortnite. God damn it.
Much like every update on Fortnite.
It's probably going to be Fortnite.
I mean, you can pick Final Fantasy 14. I'm going to pick
I'm picking Final Fantasy, dude. I'm going down with this ship. Like, we're on the Int Brigade right now. I'm fucking going for it.
My personal feeling is FF14, but I think that Fortnite will win.
Dabber?
I'm actually just going to go Final Fantasy 14.
All right. There it is.
Join me. You can be first man on the crew.
I wanted
in the crow's nest.
I wanted to win something.
Fair. Games for Impact: Concrete Genie, Grease, Kind Words, Life is Strange 2, and Sea of Solitude. Haven't played any of these games.
Yeah, well, I'm picking based off name because that's the best I can do. Concrete Genie, you're in, baby.
Haven't heard anything about Kind Worlds or Concrete Genie. I know Life is Strange 2 didn't get a lot of the same love that Life is
the
Strange
first one
1
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why.
Grease.
I don't think Life is Strange 2 is done yet, right?
It's not. I don't think it is.
Yeah, I think that's hurting it too.
I hope it's not done, because if it is done, that means no one talked about it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much about it at all.
I would love for this to be between Grease and Sea of Solitude. And
I think it is.
And I've played a bit of Grease, and I'm actually just going to pick that one because I've played a bit of it.
I've heard more buzz around Grease, so I'm going to pick Grease as well.
I'll finish it one day. It was a very pretty and a good game for the to play.
I had picked Grease too, mostly from name recognition.
Concrete Genie looks like you're playing with like Pac-Man Ghost or like where from the wild things are. Oh yeah, get me in there.
You spray paint a ghost on the wall, it comes to life.
It's actually really fun. I played it at PAX. It's pretty fun.
I'm voting that one. Let's go, baby.
Best performance: Ashley Birch as Parvati Holcomb in The Outer Worlds. Courtney Hope as Jesse Faden in Control. Laura Bailey as Kate Diaz in Gears 5. Mads Mikkelsen as Cliff in Death Stranding. Matthew Porretta as Dr. Casper Darling in Control. And Norman Reedus as Sam Porter Bridges.
Can I?
A lot of people really like Parvati. I didn't play the game.
I did, and that just feels really out of place compared to like main characters, because she's not that like she's not
you think because it's Ashley Birch?
Yeah.
She's
I think that's part of why she got put up there.
For me, I think best performance is Matthew Porretta as Dr. Casper Darling. Literally, like, made that game for me. I loved him. I think Norman Reedus will win.
I don't think so. Have you guys played Death Stranding?
Yeah, I have. I think he's gonna.
God, it's not even good.
All right, we'll get there, man. We'll get there.
No. His performance in it, not the game. His performance in it is
I can't give it to Mads Mikkelsen because I don't know what the fuck his character's doing.
Zach, remember when I backed you up when I didn't back you up on the other one? I got you on this one, dude.
Dr. Casper Darling, baby.
I like his name. That's the only reason. It's nothing to do with you.
That's a pretty great name.
He's such a good character. He's
Casper,
so funny.
So good. I'd rename my child Casper.
I do not like Courtney Hope's performance as Jesse Faden in Control. I think she's
really a lot of people did.
Maybe it's the way she's animated, but I just find her kind of off-putting.
I love Laura Bailey, but I don't think she's going to win.
Yeah, no, it's a Gears game.
Yeah, it's a Gears game is the only problem.
I voted for Mads, and I think he might actually win. Because he actually has emotion in his character.
Yeah, I guess. I just got to chapter 4, which is where you start to learn about his character.
Oh, yeah. He has a lot of voice lines around them.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll start to like him soon.
I think he performed far better than Norman Reedus, even though Norman Reedus is the main character.
That's my pick is Control, Casper Darling. So
gotta give Control. I haven't given Control anything. This is it, baby.
This could be their one win. Would be this.
No, I'm giving them something else. I'm giving Mads this one.
All right, moving on. Best audio design: Call of Duty: Modern Warfare, Control, Death Stranding, Gears 5, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
I know what I'm doing.
All right, sorry, what was the category again? I zoned out.
Audio design.
Oh, okay.
This I think is Control.
I don't know enough to know what they. Design really entails.
And their sound effects too.
There's a lot of supernatural stuff that happens. I guess in Death Stranding too, but
is voice acting happen in this or no at all?
No, it's just sound design. So soundtrack is not included in that. No music is included.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, the design around the music can be included. That's depends on the game.
For me, Death Stranding is the audio design in my mind is so much around menus, where I feel like Control is so much around action.
I don't think there is audio design in Death Stranding.
I know what I'm doing. Here, we're gonna. It's like giving out slices of pizza. I haven't seen Capcom get one. You?
Resident Evil. There we go.
Take it in. Take your pizza, dude. Complimentary on. Here you go.
Jason is the Socialist Game Awards. He wants everyone to have a piece of the pie.
I think Call of Duty wins this actually.
I'm gonna give this one to Control.
Cool. All right, moving on. Best score or music? Cadence of Hyrule. That's a fucking wild call, but I like it. Death Stranding, Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, Sayonara Wild Hearts. Here's the thing that's wild to me. In a year that Smash Brothers is up for a game, they didn't This is unethical. That Smash
What
Brothers is not
fucking
here.
blows my mind is they put Death Stranding in here, but not Smash. Because you know what Death Stranding did? They just bought the rights to the Low Roar album and shoved it in the game.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, it's a good
Smash...
album.
So you think it should win, Mizuki? Let me just
No,
get this straight.
I don't think Death Stranding should win. Did I put... No, I don't think Death Stranding should win a single fucking award in this whole thing.
Damn.
I respect that opinion so much, and I do agree with it.
I'm enjoying the game.
Outside of maybe Norman or Mads winning for performance.
Or sorry, I did put Mads, but I don't consider that an actual game.
That's not a real award.
Sayonara Wild Hearts is a game built around soundtrack, so maybe that's a good choice.
Same with Cadence, though.
Yeah, I loved Cadence if I rule.
I would love for Cadence to win this one.
I'm voting Cadence. Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I put Sayonara just because they have... It's a more original soundtrack. They're not working off of existing IPs or sounds. That's it.
I would be absolutely outraged if Death Stranding won this. I can't imagine why Smash Bros was not picked for this. It's literally ludicrous.
If Cadence of Hyrule were in sound design, I would pick Cadence of Hyrule there.
Interesting.
That's a good point, actually.
Anyways,
which is not, because this list is dumb sometimes.
Best art direction: Control, Death Stranding, Grease, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Sekiro, and Link's Awakening. I think it's Link's Awakening, right?
I think Grease wins.
You could tell me Grease, and I'd be fine with that. But I think more people play
Grease is the most unique looking of all these games, and I have to give it a lot of credit for that. I think Link's Awakening might win this anyway.
Link's Awakening is pretty fantastic looking.
Yeah, it is. No denying that. I think Grease is the most unique and impressive looking.
Grease is kind of like a watercolor painting look, right?
It looks like you're playing a watercolor painting. It's incredibly pretty.
Kaiser was trying to find out which one I was picking, so he'd obviously copy me because he's a big fan of me. This time, Grease is not the word, so I'm picking Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.
Damn, that was really good. I'll give you that one. That was really good. I'm picking Link's Awakening too.
It won't surprise me if Link's Awakening wins, but I think Grease will.
I think more people played Link's Awakening.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with that. I think it's between those two out of the list. Again, if Death Stranding wins, fuck everything.
That's just nasty realism.
The gross world after pollution.
It'll win everything. That's the best part.
Best narrative.
If it wins every category, it'll win everything.
Plague Tale: Innocence, Control, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, and The Outer Worlds. This is the one where I think I actually maybe give it to Death Stranding. Because I don't think the others...
Did it?
Yeah.
For game direction?
Narrative.
Oh, narrative.
Is Elysium all about narrative, though?
It is, but I don't know. The problem is you're comparing it against... Yeah, you're comparing it against Death Stranding, too.
And Death Stranding is the most convoluted out of anything.
I was gonna say, isn't Death Stranding?
But it's not. I don't think it's the convolution. I think it's because you can visually it's playing in front of you instead of having to read fucking everything in Disco.
Yeah, no, I
you miss the feel of the narrative. The narrative kind of gets lost behind animation.
You know what's the most bullshit that did make this category? Best narrative, Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, come on, guys.
Oh, no.
I think
kind of Call of Duty, not Modern Warfare.
I think Fire Emblem should have been in this category too. I think its narrative wasn't too good.
That's bold. I respect that actually.
I respect that. I think it's better than
it could have been in it. I don't think it would win.
I think if they would have made
different paths,
if they would have made Edelgard's path more coherent, then yes.
That's the only one you played.
I know, but that's why I'm mad.
God damn it!
I'm mad because. They make
play the other ones.
I think that's the point. Is they didn't make any one path super coherent on its own.
Well, there's just certain things. Anyways, it's not important.
No, it's true.
I wouldn't say it would win. I'm just putting it. I wish they had a chance to win this one.
You know what? I agree with you because it was very interesting and a bold move of what they did.
I'm actually putting. I didn't say mine. I'm putting. I said Control initially. I'm gonna stick with Control.
I'll stick with you. You know what? I think Control. You're not even over here.
Main narrative.
You're the other way.
Not very good. I think the lore of the world is what makes that game great.
Yeah, which is included in narrative though.
Yeah.
Then that's
I haven't given anything in Control yet.
If Control doesn't get it, I think Disco does.
That's true too.
If again, Death Stranding's is too fucking convoluted.
It's just so I hate it because I think Disco's narrative is really good. It's really people are gonna be biased because you have to do like more. I don't know.
It's also just not a game genre that a lot of people enjoy.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I put Control over it, honestly.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, the lore and Control. I'm gonna say Death Stranding will win, but I agree with you. Control's lore
I want Disco
is
to win,
fantastic.
but
And Death Stranding's shit makes no fucking sense. There's 4 different things called strands, 3 different things called bridges.
we'll get there, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, we will get there. I got
best
little
game
mini-
direction. It's Kojima, right?
I'm curious, what does game direction mean? What do they mean by that?
Mizuki, do you have the actual thing pulled up?
I will in a second.
Like north, south, east, west?
Nope, it's definitely not that. Okay. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
Okay.
So it's being creative and innovative.
It's got in that case, it honestly should be Death Stranding.
This one, I'm okay with Death Stranding.
In which,
on.
and it's the frustrating thing because I would love to see Kojima not get recognized for being the director of the game, but this one he kind of does deserve it.
I don't think so, because I think a lot of the direction shit he did is making it really tedious and annoying. And I don't think the innovations he made were good.
Oh,
That's coming from me, and I like the game.
Look at this dumb American who can't understand. Dumb American who can't understand Death Stranding.
I think the multiplayer world that I think is extremely unique to this game. I think that is really innovative and fantastic.
That's the only piece of it that's good that I agree with. Whereas I think a lot of these other games on this list did far better. My personal feeling is that Outer Wilds should win this.
Oh shit! I didn't realize Outer Wilds is in this. I thought it was Outer Worlds. Sorry,
No.
Wilds wins this one.
My personal choice is Outer Wilds should win this.
Yeah. God, it sucks that they both came out in the same year.
I think Death Stranding will win, but I don't think it should.
Yeah, I agree with you on that now. Damn.
Which one do you like better, Kaiser? Worlds or Wilds?
Wilds is the only answer. I didn't play Worlds.
Well,
let you know in a few weeks.
But it's still the only answer.
Yeah.
And Worlds isn't in this list for this category.
It's not an answer. All right. Yeah, I think Death Stranding wins, but I would like to see Outer Wilds win.
Yeah.
Did we get everybody's opinion on this?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
I'm gonna actually double down and not give it the fucking Death Stranding. I'm not gonna do it.
What are you giving it
So you're giving it to
Wilds, man.
Okay, Outer Wilds. All right. And here we are.
Back up my homie.
Game of the year, boys. We've got Control, Remedy and 505 Games, Death Stranding, Kojima Productions, Sony Interactive Entertainment, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Bandai Namco, Sora, and Nintendo. I didn't know Sora worked on that game. Resident Evil 2, Capcom.
Can I ask a quick question before we get into this? Real quick?
Sure.
Is Pokemon too recent to have any of these awards?
yes.
Yes.
What happened was the last day to submit your votes was the day that Pokemon and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order came out.
Okay, I was wondering why I didn't see either of those two either.
Yeah.
Even though they
Generally, most reviewers had not played enough of it
to honestly vote. Yeah.
So they're both probably going to be included next year, from what I heard of. Jeff Keighley was throwing some tweets out yesterday or this morning or something.
Yeah, I think they're gonna bend the rules because it'd be stupid not to.
Yeah,
so
I don't think the integrity of the date of the is meaningful enough for them not to just say included in next year.
I think they're rolling into next year, which will screw both of those games.
Yeah,
100%. They're still not going
to. And I think next year they're going to have a more strict ruling on when stuff needs to be in.
So even though they kept Dynamax to a minimum, they couldn't make the cut. Sorry.
I mean, let's be real. Do we think a Pokemon game would have won a Game of the Year anyways?
No.
Exactly.
No,
even if it was the best Pokemon game?
It could have won audio or something.
Probably would have won Family Game. Audio, please.
Family Game.
Yeah, Family Game would have been good for it.
Best community support, Pokemon.
Nope.
Yowzers. All right. Resident Evil 2, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, and The Outer Worlds.
All right. Do we want to give each person a
little bit of time?
their own chance to talk about this one? Not too long, but give everyone their own time to speak their minds.
That's fair. Do you want me to start? I can start.
You can start. Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
I think here's the thing. I've said it so many times in the show. Outer Wilds is my game of the year. My number 2 in my mind right now is probably Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I'm going to let other people talk about. Number 3 right now, it probably is Death Stranding. I think it's an extremely divisive game. I could easily see it not winning. It's like last year. Red Dead 2 had the most nominations, and it was winning almost everything, and then it got to Game of the Year, and God of War won. I think it's going to be a similar situation where I don't think Death Stranding will win Game of the Year. Actually, no, I take that back. I don't think Death Stranding is going to win a lot of things, but I think it will win Game of the Year because I think the only other thing that really can compete with it would be Smash Bros. Ultimate or Resident Evil 2. I think both of those, the recency bias is going to help Death Stranding win. And it being a truly unique game, I think is gonna. I think Control is a game that does a lot of cool stuff, but it's stuff that's all been done before. It's just really well done. I think The Outer Worlds is like, oh wow, Fallout 3 is made good again, but like, I don't know. Sekiro was really fun, but now it's far enough away where I'm like, it was okay.
Yeah, it's so far. Yeah.
And Resident Evil 2 and Smash Bros are even farther away, so I think it's gonna be Death Stranding. That's my thoughts.
Who wants to go next?
I just want to go down the line, 8-Ball.
Yeah. So one of the obviously wisest artists of our generation, Shania Twain, sang a song called "It Ain't Impressing Me Much." And Death Stranding's got some of the stuff. If you know the lyrics at all, it goes so like she looks good, he looks good, but does it have the touch? And I'm like, I look at it. And I'm like looking at it. I'm like, I watch it. I haven't played it. I've only watched like 10 hours worth of VODs from one of my YouTubers. And I'm like, this just looks like a game that's trying to win Game of the Year. So that's not impressing me much. It really isn't. And it's like, there's not really much to it. And you know how I gave everything else, slice of the pie, the socialist guy, everything rhymes with me. That's my die. This time, at the party, Capcom guy comes up. I'm about to hand the slice of pizza over to fucking Death Stranding Kojima, and he just snatches it out of his hand and just like, I'm sorry, dude, 2 for me. And he whines and cries in the corner. So Kojima just loses. I don't think he gets anything besides maybe direction because you have to put director and him in there. And then it was Game of the Year, and I think I'm giving it to Resident Evil 2. I don't know why. I got paid to say that. So,
I mean, a lot of people are going to pick it.
At least you're honest.
Well, I didn't get paid to say that. I wish I did.
Dapper, tell us your thoughts.
All right. So first things first. What should win Game of the Year is Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm sticking to that. I'm sticking to that. I'll die on that hill. I actually think it was the best game released this year. For a game that tends to usually have a very niche audience, it hit completely widespread appeal, and that's tremendously impressive for a series like Fire Emblem. Since I'm not able to include it because people are bad at picking things, I have these 6 to pick from. I want to emphasize how much Death Stranding does not deserve it. Sorry, but if someone has to warn me about how convoluted, how giant chunks of the game are just a drag and not fun to play through, then you're not Game of the Year. No one had to warn me about large chunks of unfun parts of these other games. People there were several warnings about unfun parts of Death Stranding. So like you mentioned, Kaiser, I actually think Death Stranding will pull a bunch of non-Game of the Year awards, and a better game is going to get Game of the Year. What that game will be,
difficult.
I'm actually also going to end up on Resi 2.
Hey.
I looked at the aggregate scores of 9 different reviewers for all 6 of these games, and Ultimate actually has the best aggregate score of 9.3. Resi's is second at 9.15. Death Stranding's is worst.
Yes.
And also important to note, Fire Emblem was the best.
Hey, can I just note that Dapper basically said everything I said?
But
he was a lawyer, and I was like the meme guy with the jacket. So he added Fire Emblem. So he basically said everything I wanted to say in my heart.
I've found my hill, and I will die on it. Fair. Fire Emblem Three Houses Game of the Year.
Because
it can't get chosen, Resi 2.
Let's raise the flag up there. Let's raise the flags of our fathers. Let's go. Me and you dying on the hill together.
And
I respect that.
Another person's going onto the hill.
Yeah. Join me, brother.
We got a crowded hill up here.
So Fire Emblem Three Houses should at least be on this fucking list.
Yes, without a doubt.
I'm really irritated that it's not on here. Like, really fucking irritated that it's not on here. It reviewed better than any of these games.
It did.
Period. From a bunch of the sites that, are the ones picking which games are on this list.
Mm-hmm.
So
did they
that
give a
just
reason?
blows my mind. No, they don't give any reasoning behind it, really. So it blows my mind, A, that it's not on the list. And B, it's my fucking game of the year so far.
Yeah.
And I've played, I think, the majority of these. Played Outer Worlds, played Super Smash, played some Sekiro, Death Stranding. I missed Control and Resi 2. But Death Stranding should not win this, period. I'm playing Death Stranding. I'm probably half-ish, 3/4 of the way through it at this point.
Where
chapter 7, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay, you're way farther than me.
I'm in the frozen wasteland of the mountains and hating that shit. Look forward to that.
Yeah.
So like there are a few things Death Stranding does really well. The social impact aspect is probably the only one that I'm truly like unabashedly happy. No caveats. I have no caveats to how they did the online interaction. That was good. That was great even. Everything else about this game comes with a caveat. Every single other piece of gameplay. The shooting, not great.
No, it's not.
The moving around, not always great. You fall a lot. The time fall, making just walking around kind of miserable and having to repair your crates, which doesn't make a ton of sense. Not great. Narrative, not great. They kind of just throw a bunch of shit at you at the beginning of the game and are like, here you go, have fun. It's like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. No. So I don't think that should be up there. Granted, I'm not finished yet, so maybe I'll change my mind in a couple weeks when I'm done with it. My personal feeling is that out of this list, Super Smash Brothers should win. Rated the highest. I think it maintains how fun it is even now. Still playing it on and off. Yeah. With friends at work, it still has that social aspect. They're updating it and doing a great job grabbing new characters, new soundtracks, new maps, all this stuff. So they have an extra ongoing living game element that none of the other games in here have.
Fire Emblem would have, by the way.
And
those DLC outfits, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't put Fire Emblem on the list for great online yet. Maybe next year with the DLC that comes out. The game that I think wins this, though, is Resident Evil 2. I think Resident Evil 2 wins. And the only other game on here I think actually deserving of it other than Smash Brothers is Sekiro. Out of here.
Well, there it is. They got nothing else to add on that. Really quick, before we end the stream, I wanted to get a quick poll with you guys. Are we going to get a new Smash Brothers character announced here?
100%.
Yeah, I think we definitely are.
What was the last time frame between him and Terry? The last guy.
Well, isn't Terry the last guy?
Yeah, when
Terry
was the time frame? That's what I'm saying. What was the time frame?
Oh, I don't know, but I don't think it matters. I think they still, even if it's like this character isn't coming till 2020, they announce it at Game Awards.
I mean, they announced Joker last year at the Game Awards, and then it took like
they did
half the friggin' year to get him out.
Yeah,
in that case, I think they will.
I think they're gonna announce two. I think they're gonna announce the last one of the Fighter Pass and the next one of the individual DLC characters.
That'd be cool. And also, any other major game you expect to see here?
Announced?
No, there is gonna be a Psychonauts 2 trailer.
You're fucking 100%. Wild.
No, that's where they announced the game. That's where they did the last big trailer update, minus E3. Yeah, they're gonna do. So they pushed it to 2020, so they're gonna do a Game Awards announcement.
Right, they are owned by Xbox now, so I guess they would have the money to promote there.
That's where they announced the game.
That's true.
And they got the Kickstarter.
Have we seen anything from shit? What's that?
You thinking Metroid?
No. You're the guy. You're taking care of the young girl, and there's a zombie. It's a zombie game.
Last of Us.
Last of Us. Thank you. I kept wanting to say something else. Have we seen anything from Last of Us 2?
Yeah.
I think, is there a chance we see more at the Game Awards? I might call that one.
I don't think they do.
We've seen so much of it now. I think they.
Okay, I didn't know how much we've seen.
And
we've seen enough then.
And they delayed it recently.
They just
so I don't think they're gonna show it.
Yeah.
I think I got one. So after long years of hiatus and such, obviously one of the better games that came out, Buck Bumble 2.
I hate you.
Yeah, really make a splash at this Game
What about
Awards.
Buck Bumble?
Oh, I think we're gonna see some Ubisoft stuff.
Yeah, I guess they better show something.
Yeah. A bunch of their stuff's coming out next year, so I think we'll probably see Gods and Monsters.
Yeah,
I think
so
it got
so I can
delayed,
actually
but
understand what that game is.
Yeah, I think we'll see something from that. I don't know if it'll be gameplay or cinematic, but we'll see something from Gods and Monsters.
And then
maybe an announcement of Assassin's Creed. That's a big maybe. That's a big maybe.
I mean, it's been a year, so
that seems more likely than what I said.
Yeah.
Maybe.
My question is, do you think we see Metroid Prime?
No. I still think no.
It's been 2 years since Retro Studios got it, and they started from the beginning. They could give
I think Nintendo's gonna wait for one of its directs to have all eyes on it when they finally give us something on that game.
That's fair.
Even though I made the prediction we'd see something at last year's E3, I'm gonna not make the prediction this time.
You did.
Did they
be wrong?
Did they initially tease Metroid during Game Awards, or was that E3?
Oh god, it was so long ago.
I think it was E3. I don't think it was Game Awards.
I'm gonna look it up. If they teased it during Game Awards, I think they show something this year.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's much more possible if they did.
God, I would be so hyped just to see. God, give me that.
Nope, it was E3. Nope,
okay.
Not gonna see it here.
Yeah, I think they'll wait till another Nintendo Direct around E3.
Yeah, it was 2017 E3, and I think they announced after that title tease that they were switching it over to retro. So I don't think we see anything till maybe E3 next year.
That's fair. All right. Well, and how much love do we think Jeff Keighley is going to give Kojima? Do we think he's going to come out and kiss him on the lips, or?
I don't think he can this year.
What?
I don't think he's going to be able to, because it'll bring up, like, people are going to be sketched out.
He's in the game.
He's in the game, and it's nominated for like 10 awards. Yeah. I think if he comes out and sucks the Kojima, too long, then people are gonna like discredit him.
Make him another Famitsu kind of thing.
He'll bring up Stadia instead. Cover me. Stadia.
Oh dude, don't get me started on Stadia.
Can you imagine if Stadia makes an announcement there? Oh, here's our 2 games.
Dude, they might though.
They might actually.
How big a mistake that would be, Jesus.
Anyways, that's going to do it for this week. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And remember, tune in December 12th to see us watch the Game Awards live, because we will be seeing if we're correct or not.
The 12th?
It's the 12th. Man. That's what I said, right?
Yeah, it's the 12th.
Okay.
You're right.
We will be memeing it up hard.
Not all of us.
Poor Mizuki. Well,
poor Mizuki.
Live on in our hearts. All right, but take care, folks. Until next time, this has been Around the Monitor.